Is Michael Jordan the best basketball player ever? Michael Jordan is by far not the greatest basketball player ever. Why do many think MJ is the greatest ever? Is it because of championships, points, or records? Jordan is not the best in either of those fields by far. Championships. Let's start off in college. It took Jordan 3 seasons to win one championship. Celtic great, Bill Russell won 2 titles in 3 seasons, as well as a 55-game win streak, which is an impressive feat seeing as though every game was on the road. Most Jordan supporters will say that USF made the Final Four the year after Russell graduated, but consider that UNC made the championship game the year before Jordan joined. In the NBA, Russell won 11 NBA championships in his 13 years as a pro. He also won 8 straight in a row. Jordan fans like to claim that if Jordan had not retired, the Bulls would have won 8 straight, although it is safe to say that in Russell's second season, had it not been for a severely sprained ankle, the Celtics would have won the game, even though it did end in an overtime defeat. Like Jordan, Russell was fortunate enough to have good teammates and coaches. However, consider that the Celtics did not win the title until Russell joined the Celtics, and failed to make the playoffs the year after he retired, going from NBA champion to no playoff appearance. Jordan fans will try to say the same thing about the 1999 seasons, but the Bulls lost 8 players, 4 of which were starters. Big difference. This is an undisputed fact. Jordan retired in 1993, and the Bulls still made the playoffs, nearly capturing the best record in the East. It is simple to see that not only was Russell a bigger winner than Jordan, but also more valuable to his team than Jordan was to his team. Jordan fans initially try to say that Russell was a good player who was fortunate enough to play with many good players. This is true. It is also true for Jordan. That explains why he played on 3 losing teams and had a 1-9 playoff record before Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Doug Collins joined the Bulls. You see, no matter how many times the media says otherwise, Jordan could not win by himself. Like Russell, he needed teammates. Unlike Russell, he couldn't win the championship as often, and when he retired, his teammates didn't miss him as much as Russell's. Russell is undisputedly the game's greatest defensive player in NBA history. MVPs. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like Jordan, won 6 titles. But, unlike MJ, won more MVP awards. You can say, where would he be with Magic Johnson? This is a fair question. Similarly, I ask, what did Jordan do without Scottie Pippen? Without Magic, Jabbar won 1 title, 5 MVPs, reached 2 NBA Finals. Jordan didn't do anything without Pippen. MJ was the most dominating. Let's compare MJ to Wilt Chamberlain, shall we? Wilt owns 56 regular season records, Jordan only 4, Wilt owns 7 scoring titles, MJ 10, Wilt has 119 50-plus point games, MJ only 30, Wilt led the league in assists, FG% minutes and rebounds 29 times, MJ 0. Wilt dominated the game like no other. His first year in the league he set rebounding and scoring records that no other player has broken. In the 1961-62 season he averaged 50.4 ppg. Wilt won 7 scoring titles, 11 rebounding titles, and led the league in minutes played 8 times. He averaged over 45 minutes per game every game of his career. In 1967-68 he led the league in assists. Something Jordan has never came close to doing. Chamberlain holds the records for points scored in a season and a game, 100, rebounds in a game, 55, season, and career, as well as minutes played in a season. He averaged 48.5 minutes/game in 1961-62, and field goal percentage in a season, 72.7%. Jordan supporters try to attribute this to his height but cannot explain why Jabbar could not equal these feats despite being taller. Taller players like Shawn Bradley, Rick Smits, George Murison, or Mott Ball never have come close. Jordan supporters know that Jordan's feats cannot match up to Chamberlain's. They point to their career scoring averages, yet cannot explain why Chamberlain has 119 games with 50-plus points, to Jordan's 30. Furthermore, while they chalk up Wilt's rebounding dominance to his height advantage, they cannot explain why he led the league in assists, and Jordan could not. 1. All defensive teams. Jordan's supporters frequently refer to the number of times that Jordan made the all-defensive team. The all-defensive team wasn't created until 1969, Bill Russell's final season, and yes, Russell did make it. Walt Frazier made the first 7 teams, 1969 to 75. It didn't exist during his first 2 seasons. 2. Playoff MVP. This award also wasn't created until 1969. 3. Steals and blocks. These stats weren't officially recorded until the 1974 seasons, Oscar Robertson's final season and the season after Wilt Chamberlain retired. Unofficial stats frequently had Walt Frazier making well over 5 steals, and in Wilt Chamberlain's first game, he unofficially had 17 blocks. One official said that in his estimate, Wilt and Russell averaged about 8 blocks per game that he witnessed them play. 4. Triple-doubles. This stat wasn't officially recorded until the early 1980s. Oscar Robertson averaged a triple-double over the course of his first 5 seasons. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 24.3 ppg, 23.8 rpg, and 8.6 apg. You don't think he had a few triple-doubles that season? He recorded the only triple 20-plus points, rebounds, and assists, in history that season. Toss in blocks, and he had quite a few quadruple-doubles during his career. 5. Defensive Player of the Year. This award wasn't issued until the 1983 season. It's safe to say that Bill Russell would have won quite a few of these, and Wilt probably would have won in 1972 and 73. MJ is not as good as Bill Wilt, or Walt Frazier or Oscar Robertson. MJ just got more media hype.